Hello all. Today we are going to talk about communication. So, as a business analyst, you may already know you'll be communicating with the end clients. You will be communicating with the developers, the testers, with the DevOps team. So you'll be communicating with various players. And generally, when it comes to IT, if there's going to be a series of staffs, each and every staff might have different expertise. So you have to be able to communicate effectively. So as a business analyst, your forte will be business analysis and documentation and eliciting requirements. So that is your skill set. You must be able to effectively communicate to your project manager. Your project manager might not know business analysis as much as you do. And you'll be communicating with your developers. Your developers might not know business analysis as much as you do. You will be communicating to the testers. You'll be communicating to the end clients. They all don't know business analysis as much as you do. At the same time, vice versa is also true. The developers will be communicating to you, and you might not have experience working as a developer, or you might have, or you might have not have any technical skill set. Depends on your profile. But then, in majority of the cases, the business analyst would not have any development related knowledge or testing related knowledge. So so even in the case where you're going to communicate to a tester is saying something to you, or a developer is saying something to you, or a scrum master is saying something to you, or a project manager is saying something to you, they all come with different expertise. You should be able to understand what they are saying. Now this is really tricky. So both these aspects are equally challenging. In my experience, whenever I try to communicate something to a tester, it was very hard for me to talk across skill sets. So I would be talking about why something should be named a defect or not a conflict, not a missed requirement, or why something should be called a missed requirement and not a enhancement, or enhancement or not a missed requirement. Sometimes I like to wear the referee hat and then label items accordingly. The testers, most of the time, they don't get it. And whenever I talk about the format of used cases, business requirements, functional requirements, sometimes even the design document, the testers, sometimes the message got miscommunicated. And it's very hard to talk across skill sets. And it was also same the other way around. So whenever testers said something to me, I wasn't able to really grasp their expertise. And grasp exactly what they were trying to say. So this is an area where you really have to look out for. And it's generally whenever I used to see this word, you should be an expert in terms of communication in job descriptions, I used to think it's about English fluency, or it's about accent. So these were the terminologies that came to my head whenever I saw should be a good communicator or a good facilitator. But after working in this role, after my tenure, I'm able to understand that it's about delivering the message across skill sets. Your project manager might not know business analysis. The developer might not know business analysis. The clients might not know business analysis. How are you going to deliver your point? So this is a question that you have to ask yourself, and this is going to be challenging on multiple levels, and generally this would be really 2 times challenging whenever you're trying to escalate something. So you have a problem. In my case, there were times when I was not able to connect to an end user expert or a current end user. I wasn't able to connect with a current end user, so I had to escalate this to management. Management couldn't understand why I had to sit down with an end user. They couldn't understand. I tried to explain. I told them that I need some familiarity with the application. I want to know how they use the application. I want to know the business process flow. Before going into the requirements meeting, I want to do my analysis. So I gave all these reasons and justifications, but still the message almost always got miscommunicated. So this is in terms of escalation. Even if I'm trying to escalate what somebody did wrong, most of the time I was miscommunicating. So this communication is a major skill set as a business analyst, because you are not a developer or a tester who's going to be assigned a task and you're going to go sit on one side, sit down in a cubicle and start working on it, and then over a period of time complete it. That's not going to be a job. You're going to deal with uncertainties. You're going to deal with people. You're going to deal with situations. You're going to deal with ambiguity. You're going to deal with abstractness. So in order to do all these things, communication is a very, very important tool. So that's about it. Hope you gathered something of essence through this very brief conversation. Thank you. Thanks for your time.